So email has become essential to communications. There's chat that's on top of that. There's a whole bunch of different messaging platforms, but email's still a huge part of how communications go back and forth in between individuals at a company and in between your B2B business partners and you and your customers. That communication channel, keeping it secure, is important. So much like in the case of malware and knowing what to identify, the same thing applies to email. Making sure you've got a good spam filter in place. A lot of the mail platforms come with a built-in spam filter. Sometimes you want to put something else on top of that. You might be in a business like the financial services world where you have to archive everything around your email. So keeping a copy of it for 7 years for historical record purposes is a requirement in some industries. Making sure you've got those technical tools in place. The use of email on every device, so your phone, your tablet, just any random web browser, understanding how that's going to go back and forth and how it's going to impact your users. Where are they when they're clicking on email, if they're inside your network, if they're on their phone? Email is still the #1 way bad stuff gets into a network, because people click on things. It still shocks me that the free Amazon gift card still works. Amazon is not in the business of sending out free stuff, but people will still click on it. Same thing when it comes tax time. The US government is not going to send you an email that says, hey, we'll automate your return if you just click here. It's not gonna happen. It sounds good, and enough people click on it that they keep doing it. But again, training your end users on what to look for is a big part of it, making sure you got the right spam filter in place. And there's no perfect filter, so stuff's gonna get through, and the bad guys really have unlimited time. So the newer the filter, the newer the new attack vector. They're always going to come with something to get around those filters. So educating your end users on what to look for is the best way to help keep your email secure. You want to make sure you've got the right technical tools in place. So two-factor authentication to use your email, it's another step, it's part of the security, but it's critical so that if someone gets access to your password and wants to log into your account from somewhere else, they enter the password and it says, great, now enter the code that goes along with this password. If they don't have your phone or whatever second factor you've set up, they can't actually get into your email. But if you don't have that, someone on the other side of the planet, if they've got your user ID and your password, they can log in as you, they can pretend to be you, they can send things out to the world as you, and you're not gonna know that that's going on. So setting up that second layer of security, training your end users on what to look for, making sure you've got a good spam filter in place, those are all critical things to making email more productive for your company.